Breaking news, there is a new gold rush in Sydney, Australia.
I uncovered another attempt to spark a gold rush in Sydney, Australia. What started out as an adventure to find gold in Sydney took an unusual twist, one that even shocked me. This video is going to be completely different because I am going to be giving you, the viewer, two things I never do. One, the exact location of this spot. The second, declaring another gold prospecting content creator's video as fake. I traveled to the spot hoping to find gold because it's close to where I live, making it a perfect day trip spot to curb my gold fever with my sons. It would be awesome to dig in my own backyard instead of driving 3 hours west to the Bathurst region.
I got some color.
Oh, look at this color.
It's actually way better than I thought you were going to get.
It's actually not bad, huh?
There's like 50 specks there.
The only video I saw about this spot showed a pan worthy of this spot being mined. A pan that honestly declared this spot rich in gold. The first fake gold rush in Sydney happened in 1880 when the Hanley family, who owned the local inn and pub called the Warranora Hotel at Como in the Waterfall District, salted the Georges River with gold, now located in the Royal National Park. They told everyone about the gold discovery, which caused many to flock to the region, which boosted their businesses. The discovery was called the Garie Gold Rush, but soon it was revealed as a hoax, but not before the family made a fortune. Nick from Pickett Prospecting joined me on this adventure along with my son Finn. My original attempt for this video was to declare that there was gold in Sydney, but by the end of the day, the storyline shifted to uncovering lies and deception. So Nick and I were lied to, and so were you. People told us there wasn't gold in Sydney, anywhere near it or in it. But we just proved, in that pan, 3 microspecs, there is gold in Sydney. How much? That's what we're trying to discover today. The spot is Blue Gum Creek, located in northwest Sydney between Kenthurst and Annangrove. We parked at the end of Murray Park Road and followed the trail in. Around 500 meters into the hike, the trail took a huge descent, 45 degrees or more, that curved around downhill for a ways. The same route the other prospector took. Remember that hill. It is very important later in the video. Once we found the trail along Blue Gum Creek, we discovered the famous bucket conveyor excavator. This was truly awesome to find and showcased an old-timer equipment left behind. I'll power it for you, Nick. I'm turning it on.
Oh no, it's just rust.
Just rusted? Any prospector would assume this was used alongside a trommel, processing plant, or dredge. Again, something important to remember and note as we started prospecting for gold. The first spot we prospected was the buckets in the conveyor. Interesting enough, there was plenty of material left inside. Finny, let's go test pan that conveyor over there. That bucket conveyor might have gold in it still from the old timers. Let's do it. You think that bucket has a gold, Nick?
I'm not sure. It's definitely full of leaf litter.
That's true. And a lot of dirt, so there's a lot of potential here. Oh, God. Ooh, delicious. So Nick is making his way down to the creek to pan out what was in that machine. We're excited to see if there's any gold in there at all, left over from the old timers. All right, Nick, let's pan it out and see what we get.
Look at that. There's a speck already.
Wow. Actually, what the heck? That's insane.
Only a little micro, but...
A micro, but there's gold in Sydney. That's crazy.
Well, I'm seeing another micro.
Yeah.
Very fine, but they're there.
Wow. Wow.
There you go.
We found gold and we're hopeful this was the start to an epic discovery. A pan like the one in the video. So Nick is gonna test up high, way up there. And I'm gonna test down low. There he goes. So I'm gonna test right down there. It's very sandy material, but I saw some rock areas and roots, so I'm hoping maybe there might be some decent material down there, but we don't know. Now I'm seeing some of these rocks and different material right here. I'm gonna test this first, just because this looks better than all this sandy material, but then I might also try to dig down just to see if bedrock's anywhere nearby. So Nick got his sample from up high, I got mine down low. We're gonna both pan them out and see if gold lies anywhere near where we dug. So me and Nick both got skunked, 0 gold. Zero. With pan in hand, and Finney along with the journey, and Nick up on the hill, we go search for gold. The prospector claimed behind the bucket excavator along the hill lied an ancient riverbed, so that's where we focused our prospecting. All right, Finn, let's pan this out and see if we got any gold.
Yeah.
Woo, the pan's right there. Can't do this upside down. Let's get that gold. And 0 gold again. So Nick is gonna dig all the way at the top, where there's these big boulders and everything. He's gonna go higher than he's ever gone before to test up there. And I'm gonna test underneath this excavator, because I'm assuming they might have been digging near here. So this bucket conveyor might hold the secret to where the gold lies or not, but there's nothing good that we saw when we were digging down to say, yes, there's gold here in this valley. So we got our samples.
I got some sandy sand.
Sandy sand, I got some dirty dirt.
We're gonna go test it.
Test it for gold. Let's do it, buddy. Woo! He's a shovel pole vaulter. Watch out, people. I did discover one truth in the prospector's video. He said every 10 pans you would find a micro speck of gold, which we did, but the gold was so micro that most might miss it or not see it. We prospected shallow and deep, low and high on the ridge that the prospector in the video claimed laid an ancient riverbed that led to his huge gold discovery. But we found no evidence of an ancient riverbed, no rounded river rocks or alluvial gravels, just more sand and sandstone. The doubts started seeping in. So while Nick got skunked high on the hill, digging underneath that bucket conveyor, I scored it huge. Big, folks. The best gold I've ever seen in Sydney. It's so big it's hard to see unless I'm right on top of it. But that is the mightiest of micros right there. Look at that. It's so hard for the camera even to pick it up. But there we go, you guys. On the gold. On the gold! We continued prospecting, trying to find that huge payout. Spot after spot, we found nil gold. Every spot we dug was sandy, no alluvial gravels or rounded river rocks. It was all sandstone and their fragments, tons of them in our pan. There was 0 evidence of this being a gold-bearing area. All right, I got skunked, but Nick is on the gold.
There it is.
You got a micro as well? He's on the scoreboard, people.
It doesn't get much smaller.
Holy cow. I can't even see it on the camera.
Yeah. Go that way a little bit. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Oh my gosh. Right there, you guys. Well,
I'm going home with a quarter, maybe a tenth of a French fry.
yes, we're getting that gold in Sydney. Let's go. We pulled up his video and things were starting to look fishy. First, he never showed where he dug, which isn't consistent with any video he has posted before. Second, the magical pan, which was a small 3D printed one, had only sand and 2 small rocks as he panned out the gold. This was a huge tell since we were classifying our material and still our pans were loaded with sandstone fragments, rocks, and organics. That amount of gold would never just be sitting amongst the sand. But the final giveaway was the gold he discovered. It had character, coarseness, and flat bigger pieces which were inconsistent with the micro gold found in the area. This was quickly looking like a fake and fabricated gold discovery.
So since we are not having much luck right next to the giant bucket, conveyor, trommel, excavator, I'm just calling it everything, we're now going to hike further to see if maybe there's gold that way, because there's not much here.
Just sand.
Just sand. Lots and lots of sand, and you know, knowing what we know about prospecting, sand is not what you want to see or dig in to get gold, usually anyways. And look at that. That's what we're seeing everywhere.
Just sand.
Poopy material. So our adventure continues as we hike on to get that gold. That Sydney gold.
We tried to remain hopeful, even hiking up and down the creek looking for signs of gold, but nothing. It was all the same. Sand and sandstone. We were excited that we found gold in Sydney. However, the video was misleading in declaring this spot was rich in gold.
And zero gold again.
And that's when things got even fishier. Remember that huge hill we had to descend to enter the creek valley? Well, the only way out is back up that hill, and the prospector claims he hauled two 42-liter rubber buckets out loaded with dirt and rocks.
All right, we are officially giving up and heading on out. There's no gold here. Like, I mean, you're gonna find micros, but the material isn't screaming like there's loads. The videos that we have seen, we're gonna call fake on them, actually, because the material they show is not the material, and we dug those exact spots, and yeah, I'm sorry to say, you're not pulling that type of material gold or carrying buckets out from this spot.
Oh no.
No, 100%. I can tell you this hike, this hill, no way you're carrying a bucket out. I can tell you that right now. You're not carrying a bucket out. It is way too steep. It is, oh no, horrendous.
We walked 50 meters and we're already like taking a breather.
Yeah. So this hill is just, it's a beast, and we're gonna probably stop 2 or 3 times up this hill just to take a break, because it is steep. I mean, I can't, I just don't want to say it, but the video that we saw is completely and utterly fake. There's no gold here, but if you can find it, good luck, find some micros. But there is gold in Sydney, just not at all that much.
No.
So.
And once again, there was zero filming of that hike out by the prospector. Any content creator would see that opportunity to film, since it's literally hiking straight up a hill. But nothing, no footage. Second, why would you have the rocks in it if you knew you were hiking it out? Another red flag. Third, those rocks in the bucket don't exist from that area.
Hey, Nick!
You're telling me carton buckets out of here?
Nope.
Mine's empty. And it's still heavy.
Yes.
He processed the material through a high banker at home, and the gravels in his tailings and miner's moss included ironstone and lots of quartz, which we saw zero of after 30 pans. And again, lastly, the final pan, loaded with coarse and chunky gold, flat pieces everywhere, and very few micros. And he has never gone back to that spot after discovering almost a half gram of gold in 2 buckets of unclassified dirt in 1 pan. I did some research and discovered there is zero evidence of that area being gold bearing. We did find micro gold, but gold bearing implies there is a source or something feeding that area with gold consistently, which there isn't. I learned that the bucket conveyor excavator was used for farming in that valley due to the dense sand. Again, our intentions to prospect that spot were never to expose a gold prospector as fake. We honestly wanted to find a weekend warrior spot close to where I live, but we discovered much more than gold. We uncovered deceit. What's sad is many gold hunters have prospected spots and found zero gold or not enough gold to go back. 99% of them would tell the truth, and myself and many others have found success filming our failures, because again, it's about the adventure and discovery, the research and hopes of finding something first. I am not a new prospector, neither is Pickett. However, if you want to challenge our discovery, you have the location, and I would love to be wrong. Seriously. I hope you found this video educational, and if we discover a gold-bearing area in Sydney, I will make sure you know, after I dug there a few times myself. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe or follow our family gold prospecting adventures. Chrisundertaking out, and heavy pans.